He was found, he was acquitted, but there was a lot of conversation in this city before and after, in this country, before and after the verdict, about the justice system itself, about the role of race in the
No
trial.
question.
Those were things that this trial exposed in this country, and conversations we really started to have.
And you live in Los Angeles, so you know the history of this. This was especially true in Los Angeles. You know, you think about the Watts riots from the 60s.
Coming off of Rodney King.
Cutting off of Rodney King. Rodney King, the guy who was pulled over by police in 1991 or 1990, late 1990, and all of a sudden the cops are beating him up, and someone up in an apartment is taking video of it. Whoever thought of that? Video. And it changed everything. And those cops were found not guilty. And so this was really a nullification of the Los Angeles Police Department. Their relationship with especially black men was horrible for so many years. So it would take a celebrity to do this and to actually move this forward and have everyone have part of that conversation. But most experts would say, you got the wrong guy to pick as an idol, because in fact all the evidence showed that he had great, unlike a lot of other black people, they don't have any money. He had a lot of money. He had an incredible legal team. Incredible. And that made a big difference.
Changed the careers of Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian, and when you look at O.J. Simpson himself, I think a lot of people are going to remember that he was found guilty civilly.
No question.
Found responsible in this civil trial just 2 years later.
Just go talk. I know you're in a hurry. I want to say one thing, though. People are going to forget this about O.J. Simpson. Right? He's an old guy now. He's got, prostate cancer. He died of it, which is, it's attacking black men especially very hard. That's not talked about a lot. Maybe we'll do that now. But my youngest daughter, Ella, 14 years old, when she was 13, she's looking on the internet and she sees me interviewing Bruce Jenner and Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner was the wife's, Nicole, best friend. And she says like this. She says, Dad, you know Kylie Jenner, her mom?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, but she was a big star too then. This generation is not going to remember that. So that we're doing that you're doing this right now, we're doing it, is a very important thing.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you so much,
Thanks
Bill.
for the extra time. I know you were getting...
No problem at all. Now, Nicole Brown Simpson's family during the trial were represented by Gloria Allred, now renowned for representing a number of different women. This one was one of her first biggest cases.
And Miss Allred joins us now live from Los Angeles. Thank you so much for being with us here this afternoon. I know it's early in the morning where you are. Just talk to us a little bit about your initial reaction upon hearing that O.J. Simpson had died.
Well, of course, I immediately feel sorry for his children. O.J. Simpson did kill Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, may they rest in peace. He left the children's mother almost decapitated and bloody on the doorstep of her condominium where her young children were sleeping inside. And they could have come out any moment looking for their mom and found her like that and suffered additional trauma from seeing her that would have lasted the rest of their lives. I feel that the system failed Nicole Brown Simpson and failed battered women everywhere, because prior to O.J. Simpson's killing her, and by the way, even though he was acquitted by a jury in the criminal case, was not found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of murdering her, in the civil case which followed, he was found liable, responsible for her wrongful death. So it's fair to call him a killer. But in any event, this is something that I don't mourn for O.J. Simpson. I do mourn for Nicole Brown Simpson and her family, and they should be remembered. And the system failed because he left Nicole prior to killing her. Sometime earlier, he had given her a black eye. She had run from the house. She was hiding in the bushes. She was terrified. And what did the system do? They let him plead no contest to battery of Nicole, gave him no jail time. And so that emboldened him, that empowered him, and ultimately he killed her. And this has to change. And we talk about O.J. Simpson all day long, and that's fine. but let's remember the victims because they are very important.
Absolutely. I do want to follow up really quickly. He was found, as you mentioned, in $33 million in the civil trial. Does the family get any restitution following his death? Do they receive any assets from his estate?
I don't know, probably very little, if at all. But what we need to remember is that civil case was represented by the estate of Nicole Brown Simpson, and the beneficiaries of that estate were the children, not the family, not Lou Brown, not Nicole's sisters. The estate, it would all go to the children, whatever they got. So the money really was not so important, but what was important was there was some form of justice in the civil justice system that found that he was in fact liable for her wrongful death and the wrongful death of Ronald Goldman.
Gloria Allred, thank you so much for walking us through this and reminding us of the victims in this trial.